All right, I'm here with Fred with Friends of SDSU. So take me through, what's your role with the organization?
So I'm one of the spokespeople for the SDS. I'm one of the spokespeople for SDSU West steering committee.
Okay. And is that affiliated with Public Land, Public Vote?
It is not affiliated. We have some things in common, but we're a separate group, the Friends of SDSU. SDSU West is our initiative, and we're the ones who've introduced the initiative.
So take me through the differences between the Soccer City proposal and what you guys are proposing.
Yeah, it starts with education first. And San Diego State is such an instrumental institution in San Diego County, essential to the strength of our economy. And we believe that in planning this most valuable property here at SDCCU Stadium, you have to start with planning for the educational uses first. And that's what we do. And the real difference is Soccer City suffocates SDSU, and SDSU West supports SDSU.
So you mentioned SDSU is suffocated by Soccer City, and why do you say that?
Well, it's suffocated by Soccer City because, starting with, the football stadium is too small. They propose a multi-use stadium with only 30,000 seats for football. This year alone, we've averaged 40,000 seats. And, so use an analogy. Our football program has a size 12 shoe, and they're trying to put us, size 12 foot, and they're trying to put us in a size 8 shoe. It doesn't work. We need a right-sized stadium to start with. And the other part is that they're not accommodative to the future academic and educational growth of San Diego State. The density, the lack of mitigation, the lack of a campus master plan type design means SDSU does not fit in Soccer City from an academic perspective either.
So why couldn't you guys use the property that was designated for an NFL stadium with the Soccer City proposal? My understanding is they were open to having the NFL stadium if you guys wanted a bigger venue to build your own, or we're actually standing right here on this side of the venue.
It's woefully inadequate in terms of size. They were only setting aside another dozen acres or so. We need way more land than that. And it's surrounded in a high-density environment that candidly is not appropriate for a university development. We need a lower-density business park environment. That's more like a mid-rise, high-rise downtown environment, and that doesn't work for a university campus.
So reading the initiative, what would be the estimated construction for development on this site, and who would be involved with the development?
So the master planning would be driven by San Diego State. They would prepare the master plan, they would get it approved by the California State University Board of Trustees, and then the project would be developed in phases over time. The university will develop parts of it, including likely the stadium and certain academic, maybe certain student housing elements. And then undoubtedly down the road, there'll be public-private partnerships where private development partners will be brought in to develop meaningful portions of SDSU West as well.
So a lot of the opponents have said an issue with this plan is the lack of property taxes being made off the venue, off this property once SDSU develops the land. How do you counter that? How do you make money off this proposal? How do you give back to the community in the form of tax dollars?
Well, the truth is that anybody who's focusing on property taxes, which is known as fiscal impacts, as opposed to economic impacts, is missing the boat. That San Diego State today has an economic impact on this region of $5 billion a year. The real impact that this development will have is it will potentially grow graduates from SDSU by 50% and have an enormous economic impact that would so dwarf the tax fiscal impact. But I'll also tell you, people are misinformed on property taxes as well, because all of the commercial and the privatized development that will go on as part of SDSU West pays a possessory interest tax. It's the same amount as property tax. It generates all those tax revenues. So you really want a combination. Get some of those revenues from the public-private partnership, but focus on the economic impacts of an educational development and providing access to education for San Diego's youth. That's the plan for future economic growth in San Diego.
And what would you say to those that are concerned about Jack McGree's involvement with the plan?
Well, all I can tell you is Jack McGrory is an incredibly creative community, business, and political leader. And he's succeeded in everything he's touched in his career. I think Jack's a great leader. I think his involvement is helpful to our cause, and it's going to help us at the end of the day win this initiative.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you for your time and answering my questions. And yeah, we'll be in touch if we got further questions. All right. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
The cheerleaders are going to do a cheer behind me. All three, SDSU West. 1, 2, 3.
SDSU West!